Hey guys, in this video what I'm going to do is I'm going to point the sbc.uccollaboration.online to my public IP address that's on my premise. So in order to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to a DNS server, and if you remember in the last video we created SBC as a record and pointed it to 4.2.2.2. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to point it back to my public IP address that I have purchased from the service provider. So let me do that. So it's going to be this IP address, and I'll click on update. Now let's say if I now try to ping, so this should ping to my system or my router. Now in order to verify if this is working or not, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open run HTTP service. I'm going to run HTTP service on my system and see if at least this public IP address is able to reach to my system or not. So I'll enable the public HTTP service. So I'll just open start the Apache service on my system. Now if I try to open localhost, that should resolve to this particular system. So basically, which means like I'm able to open my HTTP service on my system. Now what I do is I'll open sbc.uccollaboration.online and see if that resolves to or points it back to our system or not. So looks like we're not able to, this particular sbc.uccollaboration.online might come to our router, but the router is not sending the HTTP service, which means the port 80 is not getting forwarded to my system. So let me do some changes on my router and let's see if this sbc.uccollaboration.online at least reaches to my system. Okay, I made some changes. Let's retry again. Oh, okay. So if you see here, if you notice, like we are able to reach to my system, so which means like sbc.uccollaboration.online is reaching to my system from public network. So which means at least public IP is working, right? So the next step what we have to do is we have to basically install a SBC, so whether it is Ribbon or Audiocodes, and then we need to point this sbc.uccollaboration.online towards SBC. So whatever traffic comes through, right, that reaches and hits the SBC from Microsoft Teams, and we have to also install the certificates as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a video like how do you configure the SBC and and how do you install the certificates. So once you do this, then we have to check on the Teams admin portal the direct routing, right? Whatever error we are getting at this moment, it should at least resolve some of this option, and it should resolve once we install the certificate, this error should also go away. All right, so in my next video what I'm going to do is I'm going to record record a video on how do you configure the Audiocodes from scratch, right? I hope this video is informative for you. Thank you for watching.